Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. Best accessories. I love my Pocket 6K camera, but in my opinion, to get the most out of the camera, you should consider adding some key accessories to your rig. I want to share with you the accessories that I have purchased and why I needed them. I'll leave links in the description below this video if you want to learn more about any of these pieces of gear. Let's get started. First, you'll want a good tripod. I've owned this Miller DS20 aluminum tripod system for over a decade. It's built like a tank. It's a two-stage tripod, so it can be raised and lowered at various heights. It supports up to 20 pounds. It has a fluid head for ultra-smooth tilts and pans. Ball leveling allows quick leveling to a bubble, independent of the tripod legs. Unlike a lot of accessories that you will own, a good tripod should last for many years. Next, I purchased a SMALLRIG camera base plate with 2-rod rail clamps. This base plate attaches to your tripod plate. The 2-rod clamps allow you to insert 15mm rods. Rods like these two 16-inch black aluminum alloy rods are great for adding additional accessories like a follow focus or a matte box, which we will discuss later. A very important accessory that you should consider purchasing is a camera cage. The camera cage connects to the base plate. This SMALLRIG full cage is made for the Pocket 6K and doesn't block any of the buttons on the camera. It offers a ton of mounting points for other accessories, like a video monitor, which we will discuss later in detail. It also keeps the camera in place on the tripod. Before I had this cage, the camera would often become loose on the tripod and annoyingly rotate. Speaking of monitors, the Pocket 6K does have an internal LCD screen, which is nice indoors, but outdoors it reflects like a mirror and is difficult to see in bright sunlight. Therefore, I purchased this SMALLRIG sunshade, which definitely helps. Another issue with the Pocket 6K's LCD screen is that it does not articulate. It's easy to view when you are shooting at eye level, but to get high or low angles and to still be able to see the monitor, you will need an external camera monitor. I chose the FEELWORLD Ultra Bright 4K monitor. It has a 7-inch screen. It can be mounted to the cage using an adjustable mini arm for viewing at just about any angle. It connects to the camera with an HDMI cable. It's so bright and clear that I've never had to use a hood at all, even on bright sunny days. This model also has an SDI input, in case I ever need that in the future. It uses Sony MP batteries that last for quite a while. Next, let's talk about audio. I mounted a Rode VideoMic Pro shotgun microphone to the camera cage. It connects to the camera using a 3.5mm plug. It's a good way to get better on-camera sound, better than the Pocket 6K's internal microphones in my opinion. But for the best audio, I suggest getting a condenser microphone like this one. It connects to an audio XLR cable, which can be connected to the camera using a mini XLR male to XLR female cable adapter. It sounds the best because the microphone can be mounted on a boom pole and placed near your on-camera talent as they speak. The closer the microphone to your talent, the cleaner the audio. You'll also need good headphones like these from Sennheiser to properly monitor audio coming into your camera. Next, let's talk about powering the camera. The camera comes with an AC power cable, which can power the camera using an AC outlet, or charge the included Canon LPE6N type battery. When using this little battery though, it only lasts around 20 minutes, so you will need quite a few of them. The ones made by Canon seem to last the longest and charge the fastest, but the knockoff brands are okay if you need to save some money. For even better results, I have a V-mount battery powering my camera and it lasts an incredibly long time. It's attached to the rails using a SMALLRIG quick release V-mount plate. A D-tap cable runs from the battery to the camera. It's a little heavy, but I prefer this external battery solution to the little Canon batteries. Now let's talk about media storage. I use a 256GB SanDisk Extreme Pro CFast 2.0 memory card. It's not cheap, but it's been 100% reliable for me. Next, let's talk about lenses. The Pocket 6K has a Canon EF mount. That was good news for me as I already owned a few of those lenses and have also purchased a few more. Let's take a look at them. My Rokinon 8mm f3.5 lens is the widest lens I own. It's a fisheye, so it has a greatly exaggerated perspective. Notice the edges of the frame, but it's a fun lens to use. I also own a few zoom lenses. The first one is this Canon 24 to 70mm f2.8 EF zoom lens. It's a very versatile lens, and I love using it when I don't feel like changing prime lenses. It produces very nice wide and tight images. My next zoom is the Canon EFS 17 to 55mm f2.8 zoom lens. This is also an excellent zoom and it has image stabilization, which is great for handheld work. By the way, this is an EFS lens, so like EF lenses, it will work on the Pocket 6K, but definitely don't use it on a full frame camera like this Canon 5D Mark II because it can damage the camera. A very small prime lens that I like to use is the Canon 24mm EF f2.8 IS lens. It's also a good handheld lens because it has image stabilization and produces excellent images. One of the most affordable prime lenses that I own is this Canon EF 50mm f1.8 lens. It's a good bargain, and at f1.8 it's very fast, meaning it works well in low light and creates super shallow depth of field. My longest lens is my Takana ATX Pro Macro 100mm f2.8 lens. It captures very nice telephoto images, but I also love it because it's a macro lens. You can focus on objects that are very close to the lens. Check out how close it can get on this ring and how big the ring looks in the frame. As a bonus, here's an odd lens that I own. It's an old Russian lens called the Helios 44-2 58mm f2 lens. It's known for its swirly bokeh. I bought this one with a Canon adapter on it. It's another fun lens to use. Of course, make sure to have a proper lens cleaning kit to keep your lenses clean and scratch-free. For each one of these lenses, I have a variable ND filter. Variable ND filters allow you to use wider f-stops in bright light to get shallower depth of field. They are mainly used outdoors. Think of them as sunglasses for your lens. Rather than carrying around several ND filters at different strengths and changing them often depending on lighting conditions, a variable ND filter turns in two directions, allowing you to quickly dial in the exact amount of neutral density that you need. My next accessory is a matte box. This one is super affordable and I just needed it to shade my lenses to prevent light flares. It has top and side flags. It's adjustable and is attached to the 15mm rail rods. Because I use variable ND filters, I did not need a true matte box that accepts glass filters. The next accessory I own is a follow focus. This one is made by Sennheiser. It's great to use when you're working with actors that walk from one mark to the next. The follow focus points can be pre-marked, and you can rotate the ring smoothly from one point to the next. It's great for critical focus on moving subjects. Other accessories you may want to check out: a white card or a collapsible gray card for white balance, and a Spider Checker 24 card by Datacolor. It will help you achieve accurate colors when you place it in your shot and then later use it in DaVinci Resolve when you're doing your color grading. It can be a lifesaver. especially if you mess up your white balance. And finally, you will need a camera bag. I like a big bag to carry everything. I don't want to have to always break down my camera gear, and I want my equipment to stay safe. This large bag is made by Braided and achieves both of those things. By the way, this video was made using the following lights. A Yongnuo YN360 RGB light. This light is dimmable, bicolor, runs on affordable Sony NP type batteries, and best yet is also an RGB light, so you can make it any color that you like. I also used two of these, a Yongnuo YN600L light. This dimmable light is daylight balanced. It also runs on Sony NP type batteries, but best yet, it's super bright enough to put through a light box. Not many small affordable LED lights can do that. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget that I put all the links to the items talked about in this video in the description below. Please like and subscribe.